But if you think about it, and visualize this, you think of the cylinders. So you have your diaphragm on top, that's your breathing muscle. Okay. Then you have your transverse abdominis on the sides. Okay. That's your stabilizer, like your corset muscles. And then you have your spine and you have muscles called your multifidus. Okay. That's your spine. And then at the bottom, you have your pelvic floor. Okay. So that is your pressurized cylinder. Okay. So when force or physical efforts are applied, that canister has to contain that pressure and redirect it safely. But what happens if there's any weakness or tension? So let's say if you're bearing down, so like holding your breath and bearing down, and that could be on the most hardest part of that exercise, right? So if you think about like your bicep curl and you're curling your arms up with your weights, um, or when you're standing up from a squat, a weighted squat, and you're bearing down, that pressure is going to go downwards and it's going to go to that weakest part. So, which could be leaking, right? That symptom might happen, leaking, or you might feel like pressure down in your vagina. Or it's going to go forward. So it's going to create more of a forwards pressure. So right, that pressure goes outwards, or coning. Coning's a big thing that you see, that coning could be risk of like a hernia, or it might push backwards, creating more back pain, right? So we need that pressure to be managed. And if we're not breathing properly and we're bearing down, holding our breath, then we're going to start to notice those symptoms like leaking, like back pain, like pressure in the vagina, like that coning. You might notice coning during planks or sit-ups, or maybe even like bicycles, right? And that's why pressure is going to that weakest point. So a couple of things is one tip I would give you and take away today is, first of all, just create awareness of your breath.